Good morning, Popper. Say it back. I didn't hear anything.
Oh, good
Oh, okay.
morning. Yeah.
Oh, you're not
Sorry.
Poppers, but I'll take a good
Oh.
morning from you. Welcome to Freshly Popped, the daily show examining pop culture headlines so you don't have to. Today is Thursday, March 26th, 2026, and I'm Sequoia Holmes.
And I'm Ryan Graham.
And today we're losing it over rumors that Maura Higgins of Traitors and Love Island UK fame is replacing Taylor Frankie Paul as the Bachelorette. Chappell Roan Security taking responsibility. Actually, it's not Chappell Roan Security. Let me not even.
Right, yes. The security guard in you,
man.
yes.
A security man taking responsibility for the Chappell Roan debacle last week.
That is fair.
With Jude Law's kid. But first, we have some housekeeping stuff to address.
You're being
Ryan
very dramatic.
is going on vacation, so Ryan will be in Bali. I don't know if you wanted the people to know where he's going to be. Right, now you're getting doxxed.
I love
Ryan's
the
going to
idea.
Bali.
Can you mute it in the edit? Because that's kind of funny. Like, I love the mysterious.
Ryan's
like Ryan's in bleep. Like, it's kind of funny. But yes, I love that you wrote in the notes that we have Ryan leaving. It's literally dramatic. I will be gone for a week. I will be on a beach somewhere. So it'll be fun. Little vacay, spring break.
And in the meantime, okay, well, I'm happy for you. In the meantime, we will have lots of fun guests coming to join me to chat. We have the slate already built out, so look forward to that. Maybe you'll see some old familiar faces.
Love this.
And then also me and Ryan, killer dinner. Okay, we talked about this a little bit yesterday. We addressed it yesterday.
Okay.
The first two episodes of Killer Dinner are out on Second Try streaming channel. We watched it last night at the Try Guy's office. Killer Dinner is just like a murder mystery dinner party situation.
It is so fun. It is so fun, so silly. It's like the best parts of reality TV without like, because it still gets a little like drama, but there's like a lightness to it in a way that like makes it like all fun. Like even the parts where we start to kind of like fight and get at it, and it is immediately broken up with like a joke or a pun or something. You know what I mean? Like I think the way that it is put together is like the best of reality TV. And I know we're biased because we're in it, but so fun. I loved watching it as a group. I would love to keep. Honestly, I know we're not going to do like weekly watches, but it will be so fun.
I was thinking that. I was like weekly. Like I wish we all did go to the Try Guys office. Is it only one episode a week or is it 2 episodes per week? Do you know?
It is once a week. After this week. This week is the first 2. Yeah, so you can go over to Second Try. The first episode is completely free, and then the second one is like behind like a little bit of a paywall, but it's great. I mean, like honestly, worth watching. So much fun. Sequoia is very shady boots because like we have our confessionals, so we played the game. We don't know what people were saying in the confessionals, and watching confessionals is crazy.
It was very fun.
There's a clip of Sequoia being like, I lie to Ryan every day. She said, not even just every day, 50%
of the time.
of what Sequoia says to me is bullshit, apparently. And so I guess I have to keep my antenna up. That's kind of crazy.
But I assumed that we were both doing it. I said I lie to Ryan 50% of the time for Gemini shenanigans. You too are a Gemini. So I'm like, okay, we're lying. We're having a good time.
Cut to me being literally my confessional being like, everyone else I feel fine with. I don't want to lie to Sequoia. Crazy. And then I'm like, it is truly the Gemini of like the most chaotic edit of like two Geminis, like the two sides of the coin. Crazy.
It's so true. It was so funny. It was so funny.
Very, very fun. Very funny. So Des,
but I
go
love
watch
you so
it.
Much.
I love you as well. I don't know if I didn't update the show notes. I will put that link in there. I have it and I can put it in there. That's my fault.
I can do that too.
Yes. So go watch. Truly go watch. You will not be disappointed.
You won't. It's really fun.
So
very
much
funny.
Fun.
Everybody's having a good time. I'm watching all the comments. Everybody's entertained, amused.
On like Instagram, because I'm like, I wish. I think the first episode is eventually going to go up on YouTube. I don't think the others will.
I won't say when. Never mind. But yes, it will.
I haven't seen the. Yeah, comments, because I know on the actual platform it's like a streamer, so you can't watch comments. But I know that there's like Discord channels and stuff. There are places to chat and have chat. So go do that. Or you can comment right here. I want to know what you all think. Let us know.
Talk to us. If you watch Killer Dinner and you know the vibes and what's going on, talk to us. Yeah. We were having a good time, y'all. It was a good time. Yeah. Speaking of reality TV, though.
Yes.
Apparently, Maura Higgins is going to be the next Bachelorette, potentially.
This is like a huge internet rumor that's going on right now, and Maura Higgins also kind of like added fuel to the fire. So I don't know, is she going to be the next Bachelorette? Words are hard. Taylor Frankie Paul obviously was this season's Bachelorette and has gone through so much drama in the last couple of weeks and has now been ousted, and that season is kind of scrapped. There's a little bit of like maybe ABC will air it, but as of now, that season is shelved after a new video after a 2023 video resurfaced on the internet of her incident with her on again, off again boyfriend, Dakota Mortensen. Obviously, this left a huge hole for ABC, and they needed to fill it, and they're going to potentially lose millions of dollars. But now there are rumors that ABC execs are eyeing Maura Higgins to fill in for Taylor Frankie Paul.
That's a good choice.
I agree.
That's a good choice.
So this is like people have been speculating it on the internet in general. But someone sent in an anonymous tip to Demois, which is like an online kind of like gossip page. And the quote is, ABC exec friends said that they are looking into getting Maura Higgins to be the next Bachelorette and do a live shooting of it. They shut down Layla and Miranda, who are also from Secret Life of Mormon Wives, as a dual season. And now they are steering away from all of the Secret Life of Mormon Wives girls. So, yes, obviously this is a rumor, but they are looking at Maura Higgins, who did Love Island UK in 2019, got a lot of fans there, and then most recently was on season 4 of The Traitors, where she famously trusted a man all the way to the end.
Trusted a man all the way to hell, child.
Which to me would make her a really good Bachelorette. Like I think she's clearly shown to be a reality TV icon in a lot of ways. Icon might be pushing it. I don't want to say icon. A reality TV gold mine.
A lot of people think that, truly.
I agree. Potential. You know what? Have you seen the clip of Kenny Moore saying she's a potential mother?
I haven't, but that's funny.
Yes. So you know what? Maura Higgins is shaping up to be a potential mother of reality TV.
Very much.
And so the mechanics that I have seen, there was I wish I could find the TikTok. There was a girl saying she would want the mechanics of The Bachelorette to change. The way The Bachelorette usually works, it's filmed, and like the Bachelorette and or producers are making cuts as they go down, and then ultimately she gives the final rose and they get engaged. That is like how it usually works. But the new mechanics that are being rumored to happen are we would watch along a live season of the show, and we watch them go on dates, and then the audience votes who they think should move forward.
Whoa.
Like, so yeah. And
I like that.
I agree. It's like blending the Love Island idea with The Bachelorette. And then I think this will be the perfect person to make that new mechanic.
Yes.
The franchise has been struggling for a little bit to kind of like get new viewers in. And I think getting someone who like is a part of a different dating show that has a mechanic that people like, and then also directly including the audience, it makes them watch it live. It makes them have to be engaged. I think that is a smart play. I honestly do think Maura is having a huge moment right now. Her losing the Traitors, and then I guess ... winning. I'm heavy quotations around winning because she got her Birkin. You know what I mean? But I'm like, but ultimately, I think if she ends up being the Bachelorette, it is a huge win to have lost the Traitors. I think that would be probably one of the best things that happened to her. And like, and that I will have to eat my words on the "I'm dumb" shirt, because I was like, I'm like, you left this. And maybe
hey,
this is the plan
babe, you pulling a bag, yeah.
I'm just saying, you know what? No, but Maura allegedly commented on this post in with the eyeing emoji, like the two eyes looking to the side.
Ooh.
But as I'm scrolling through the comments, I don't see it. It is possible that she went back and deleted it, but like that's what really sent people into a frenzy. But several celebrities. Oh wait, no, it is here. Never mind. It's still here.
Say, do you follow her? Because then it'll come to the top.
That's why I don't follow Maura.
Yeah, so, there you go.
But yeah, so she is still here with her eyeing emoji. Dylan Efron is in the comments saying, "I'm sad." Lots of other celebrities are commenting, and people are being like, "Oh, I don't even watch The Bachelorette normally. I would." So I definitely feel like this would be a good choice. I wonder if it's too obvious now. Like now that we're talking about it in terms of like it's an internet rumor, it makes me feel like maybe it won't happen. But I think it will be smart of ABC to do it.
I will say ABC doesn't feel like the savviest network, so I can't imagine they let an internet rumor prevent them from doing it. They feel like they might lean into an internet rumor, especially
Now,
because they're kind of on the outs right now with the Taylor Frankie Paul, people not believing that they didn't already see the footage and, yada, yada, yada. So I think they want to make the audience as happy as possible, as quickly as possible. And leaning into an internet rumor would probably do that. You know who else I think would be good to be the next Bachelorette?
Cardi B.
Well,
and I'm not wrong.
I mean, we all think that. We all think that. I think Chloe Beach would be good to be the next Bachelorette. She was on Too Hot to Handle, The Circle, and she's the one that, babes.
Early days,
Circle.
No,
Circle.
that's not. Oh wait, I do know her.
That's
she was on like
Chloe.
season 1, right?
Yeah, she was on like season 1 of the, and she most recently was dating this guy. He was like I don't know what he was, like a talent manager or something, but he was friends with Louis of Louis and Huda. He was like Chloe, when Louis and Huda would stream on live, Chloe and her man were in the room for some of those streams.
Interesting.
So like then her and her man just broke up.
Do you think she is hotter as in like attention right now than Maura?
No. Not like in attention. Somebody who I think would just be good at it. Like I can guarantee she would be really good at it. And she is like a lover girl and would like, she would be. It would just be good. She would be a good choice.
I remember her on the show because I think it was the only season of The Circle I watched, and I remember her being so fun and so just like light and silly in a way that I'm like, oh, this is like lovely. Like she's a very very sweet girl. And so I do think she would be a fun choice.
She would,
if not Maura, and if not Cardi B.
Right? Yeah. If we can't get Cardi, if we can't get Maura,
why not? Like, because I mean, I love the idea of bringing in a reality TV star. But why not go for like a celeb, like a traditional celeb? Like I'm trying to think of who, like
Chloe.
Cardi B is.
People keep saying Khloe Kardashian too.
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah, I've seen like people joking as Kris Jenner calling. I feel like Chloe would be more boring. Never mind. I'm answering my own question why they don't go for a traditional celebrity. It's too much risk. I think it is too much. Not for Chloe. I think Chloe makes the most sense of them. But like, it probably is too much risk in terms of like a. If you're like an actress and people don't know you well, your personality well, seeing your personality in that way might be hard. Cardi could probably get away with it because I think we've seen her on reality TV before. Chloe makes sense because like we have literally seen her history of dating all. But I think other celebs, it might be like too intimate or what they need from the show. Like the show needs you to be a little bit more intimate and vulnerable.
Exactly.
And you, the celebrity, be like, I'm not doing that.
I agree. And I think, the Kardashians have had such control of their own narrative lately and what goes out and whatever. They would probably need to be executive producers, which means the show probably wouldn't be as interesting as it otherwise could be. So I get why they wouldn't do Chloe unless they have her sign something that's like, yo, we have to like, you have to be in this with us.
And at that point, I feel like one of two things would happen. They would, like you're saying, I'll be in it with you as long as I'm an EP. And then I think that they would like manufacture the drama and it probably would be about the other people as opposed to like being Chloe.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And so then it wouldn't feel well.
It's too similar to Taylor Frankie Paul. And this is true as Cardi B as well. Like the drama and the mess behind all of those people. It's a little too similar. I just saw a headline that said Chloe punched Lamar Odom when she found him doing crack in her house after she had just finished putting him through rehab.
I mean, to be fair, if we're going to punch someone, that feels
that would
like
be the time. That feels like the time. But you see what I mean? I'm like, there's too many Taylor Frankie Paul elements there. You can punch the man. There's crack involved.
And Cardi's had like, I'll be like, the Met Gala, like where she like threw the. So yeah, not that I don't. Again, these people don't have like charges, but agree. The energy is. You can see
multiple
seeds of energy.
Multiple baby daddies. You know what I mean? Like.
Both of them. Wow, they are the same.
Not Chloe. Chloe only has one baby daddy, I think.
Tristan.
Yeah.
And they have 2 kids. I don't know. Wow. Okay. Like I forget. I think because I think they have a son. I do think that they ended up having a boy. Like I think she.
They might. I actually don't know the gender of that second child.
I'm like, didn't they do a surrogate? I remember, because she went out of her way to get pregnant with him after. let me not to get the line. I loosely
no,
remember.
I think you're right. I think you're right.
He like cheated, and then she intentionally got pregnant with a surrogate after all
I
that
think
happened.
you're right.
Because I remember people
Yeah.
being like, "Why?" But it doesn't matter. You're right.
Yeah.
Too many similarities. And so yes,
then shortly after, or right before the baby was supposed to be due, she found out that he had another baby on the way, like right at the same time.
Right,
yeah.
Right. Because I remember being like, "What?" Yeah, kind of crazy.
My God. But I see why people are asking for those types of folks, because it's like a redemption arc. It's like, oh, you're going to get your real chance at love, and somebody's going to come love you. And that's never how it actually works out. So,
especially I can imagine on like Bachelorette. I don't know if their success rate is that high. Let's see. What is the success rate?
And while you're figuring that out, this brings me to people saying that Love is Blind doesn't work. Love is Blind has, I think, the highest success rate of couples that are still together that have met on the show of any reality dating show. So I'm like, I mean, it definitely has like a high number of couples that are still together. Or like more than any other reality TV show that's a dating show. I'm like, yeah, so many of those couples are still together. A lot of them aren't, but like a lot of them are as well. So I'm like, it works to a certain degree.
I wonder, because like Bachelorette, it says only about 2 to 6 of the 29 seasons are still together. Couples from only 2 to 6 seasons. So it's like 7 to, and I don't know why this says 2 to 6 couples. Like, what does that mean?
It says and for Love is Blind, it says 10 couples from the first 10 seasons of Love is Blind remain married. So that is one couple per season, numbers wise, that remains married. And that's not even counting the ones that aren't married but are together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Well, I'm like, yeah, there's other ones that didn't get married but are still dating.
Well, or couples that we don't see, because the thing about Love is Blind is that they pick the ones that they follow, but there are people who meet in the pods that we just don't see.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's fair. In the Bachelor's defense on that is that like it's one person looking for a bunch of people, where Love is Blind is kind of like casting a net. So like,
for sure,
they have a higher chance of it. But I see what you're saying. More of the story, all these shows kind of have like questionable success rates, and so like we need to probably go into all of them with like a level of like let's be real.
Let's be cautious and let's be real. Speaking of being real, the security guard, the security guard who caused all that drama with Chappell Roan and that 11-year-old girl just last week is finally speaking up. In case you need a refresher, last week it was alleged that Jude Law's daughter, Ada, was at breakfast with her mom, Catherine Harding, and her stepfather. I don't know how to say this name.
Giorgino
Frello, who is a famous soccer player, so also her stepdad, when she saw her favorite singer, Chappell Roan, at the restaurant. Ada got up and walked by the table simply to make sure it was Chappell. She did not ask for a picture. She did not really approach. She didn't speak to the celebrity at all. She then returned to the table with her parents. A security guard who her parents assumed were with Chappell came to the table and allegedly made that child cry, presumably for walking by Chappell's table. Chappell spoke out and said the security guard was not her personal security and she would never send security over to someone who wasn't doing anything to her. Much of the internet did not believe Chappell, and so it has been that's been the talk of the town for the last few days. Well, yesterday, said security guard spoke out on his Instagram page. The security guard's name is Pascal Duvier, I guess is how I would say that.
Looks like.
And he says, quote, "I do not normally address online rumors, but the accusations currently circulating are false and constitute defamation. I take full responsibility for their interactions. I take full responsibility for the interactions on March 21st. I was at the hotel on behalf of another individual, and I was not part of the personal security team of Chappell Roan. The actions I took were not on behalf of Chappell Roan, her personal security team, her management, or any other individuals. I made a judgment call based on information we obtained from the hotel, events I had witnessed in the days prior, and the heightened overall security risk of our location. My sole interaction with the mother was calm and with good intentions, and the outcome of the encounter is regretful." Period. So that is him taking full responsibility and backing up when Chappell said that was not her security. He said, yeah, I was not her security. I was there on behalf of another individual.
Right.
So.
Hey, I am predisposed to not like Chappell Roan.
and I think that is actually really okay. And I think I wish people would just say that. You know what I mean? Like, because now when I'm going on TikTok and after this came out, I'm trying to see what are the TikTok sleuths saying, because they had a lot to say before. They're saying this just doesn't make sense. Like, this just, it doesn't make sense because you've made up your mind about who Chappell Roan is, and anything that does not align with that doesn't make sense.
Correct. I get that. And I feel like it, to me, I still do think she's mean. I'm not gonna, I do think she's a,
Sure.
and I don't think that that's necessarily a problem. I think it's just like her personality. She is not a, I don't want to say she's not friendly because I don't know her, but she does not appear to be the most like approachable person. Which her right. She doesn't have to be approachable. Can you hear me, Paul, in the background?
No.
No, great, you didn't. So she doesn't have to be the most approachable person. So I am, I'm like, I don't think it's someone that I would want to hang out with, and so I am predisposed to be like, I don't trust this girl. That is just, I think that in my nature to just be like, I don't think I would do that. So fine, I'll eat it. She did not do this. I don't think that stops her from being mean.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
she's
I
not
think
responsible
you're
for this
allowed to
kid.
read her. Yeah.
Yeah, she's not responsible for this kid, and she is not responsible for this incident. And I think that this man is, why would he lie? Why would he come out of nowhere and say this? And it makes sense that like he was like, oh, from his perspective, he's like, oh, I was here as security, probably hired by Lollapalooza or like some entity here, and he's like, let me be like, hey, don't do that to people. That's not fair. Like, not necessarily just for Chappell, but like, don't do that to anyone else.
Yeah.
And I get how a little girl could cry from that. You know what I mean?
100%,
like, I get
easily.
a world where she is like scared and blah 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 blah. Sure.
And
sure.
I get a world where he actually was calm, and that little
Yeah,
girl
it still was scary to her. Yeah,
it
I
was
agree.
scary to her. She's
I think
11.
everyone's telling the
It's a
truth.
big man, you know.
I
Like,
agree.
yeah, I'm like, yeah, I believe everybody.
I think everyone's
involved
telling
in
the
this.
truth.
The only people I think
Their
acted
truth.
out of turn
Yeah.
were her parents, were especially her dad, that went online and was like, Chappell, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, now.
I think acted out of turn and acted rashly, and I think should be, especially now, getting on the internet and being like, "Hey, I overreacted," because he was not there, so I can even understand as a dad.
Oh, I thought he was there.
No, his mom. It was just the daughter, and so I
And the
understand.
stepdad. It wasn't. I'm talking about Giorgio. He went on and like also
I
said
know, but
something.
what I'm
Didn't
saying
he?
is he was not physically there when she cried. So
Oh,
listen, that's the thing.
okay.
This piece I think makes everyone make sense. Like
Yeah.
literally everyone's story. I think everyone is telling their truth. The
Yeah.
mother and the daughter were at breakfast, and so they are coming back. I'm imagining this little girl by this point in tears. And so mom is probably heightened, activated because security came and talked to us. I believe security was calm, but now that my daughter is activated, I am activated. And so I'm telling my husband what happened. Husband listening to stepdaughter crying, he is even more activated, and all he hears is Chappell Roan, security, my daughter's crying. He immediately gets on the internet, text without actually because he heard what he heard, and I believe he heard it, and then I agree acted rashly in posting that.
Yeah.
Chappell sees that. Whoa, what the fuck are we talking about? Sees the internet. Whoa, what the fuck are we talking about? Has to get on the internet, respond, and then now security is like, I need to corroborate it. I think this is the piece we needed. So I really do think everyone involved in the actual situation is telling their truth.
Yeah, 100%.
I really, really do.
And stepdad, the way that accusation was made loudly and in public,
Yeah,
that
he should
apology needs to
apologize.
come loudly and in public as
I
well.
agree.
Thank you very much. Because you are I don't know how old that man is. I assume probably in his 40s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this girl's in her 20s. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even the opposite. I'm like, I don't like that.
Sure.
I don't like that.
And yes, he needs, at the end of the day, he needs to apologize because but I'm like, I even understand how I am activated because my daughter is crying.
Definitely.
And then we are coming off of another like scandal. I don't want to say scandal. Another interaction with Chappell Roan in the public. So like I had this predisposed opinion of you, and now I am seeing it confirmed in my own life. So I get why he reacted that way without all of the information, but agreed, now that this is out, he needs to publicly be like, hey, I overreacted.
Exactly.
Unless, I mean, they're now like the tin hat, because I like his people are out here with the conspiracy theories.
They
and I'm
are.
like, and then I guess there's also a world where he's an industry plant. And they're like, the Giorgio, him responding that way was like coordinated to be like, I need this public outrage. You know what I mean? This is me.
Interesting.
I'm tin hat.
Yeah.
I mean, so the smear campaign. I don't think that is what happens, but people are saying it's a smear campaign against Chappell Roan.
Exactly. So people are saying that there's a smear campaign against Chappell Roan because she has been vocal about supporting occupied territories. I think that's the words that she used. She did not say free Palestine. She says she supports all territories under occupation, which was clear enough to me. And then she was also the first artist to leave her talent agency due to the CEO being named in the Epstein files. And that kind of caused a domino effect of other people doing it. So a lot of people are saying rich people, a lot of people with power are not fans of Chappell Roan and are actively coordinating this she's a bad person smear campaign against her because she has these political stances and is acting this way.
I feel you. I see that, or I've seen those videos as well of people saying like, effectively that like the media is like picking these stories about her and doing it. That's
not saying I believe it or like I'm not saying a hard yes on that. I'm just saying that's also
that.
Again in the same way that it's just interesting to me that we only pay attention when Chappell says, hey, I don't like that, but when she was the first celebrity to leave her talent agency, it was news, but it did not trend in the way, like I did not see video after video after video about it, and the way that I have not seen people let up on this. Even now, after the security guard has come out, I'm still seeing people this morning being like, no, it doesn't add up. She is bad,
No, I'm understanding what you're saying, and I think my argument there would, like, 'cause, I mean, the counter argument to that is that like there's less visual evidence, so there's less of a, you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like she stormed out of the, like, there's not like there's like, because like, with her at Paris Fashion Week, there was like an actual video. With this, there was like the screenshots and like the photo. Like, I get how, like, especially in like an attention algorithmic thing, like video and photo, there's less of that for her leaving, other than like, here's an article about her leaving behind me. And I'm not saying that makes it right. I think that could be a product of just kind of like what the things were. But you're not wrong. I also could see a world where like, obviously TikTok and the like are owned by rich and powerful people, and there is a world where they're like, this is what we're pushing. Like, this is the narrative.
And also we have to remember that outrage sells. So when somebody does something good, there's and I would say one of these things directly points to her being a good person. Deciding to leave your talent agency because your CEO was named in the Epstein files, and being the first person to do that, not following somebody else, decidedly kind of, again, put you on the front lines in the way that I've been saying about Chappell, and decidedly makes you a good person. And the rest of it is really subjective and, you know what I mean, up to the discretion of the person that is consuming it.
Correct. Yeah, I think like one thing is like, oh, I'm actively taking a stance against the other thing, and the other thing is like, I'm doing something that is a more of an interpersonal thing. Like, like I think like you can be like perceived as mean for these things, but it doesn't make you a bad person. Because also you can be mean and a good person. There are lots of people.
But I've seen so much. Oh my gosh, she's a bad person. I've been seeing like actively people saying that she is a bad person. And I'm like, yeah, you guys are dragging it, because the one thing that proves that she is not, nobody's talking about that. Or you know what? The one thing that is proof that she is not. I'm not saying that she is not a bad person.
Or a bad person.
I don't know that girl. I'm just saying like. And again, that was a risky move. To leave your talent agency of the Epstein files is putting yourself at risk. Yes. Yeah,
it's like of the things we have of her, the only thing that like you can kind of like definitively things actually, because I'm like, even like the like being like, oh, I stand with people in occupied
territories.
That's also like, those are like
big
good.
risk.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm just saying just risk. Those are like, like qualities that you would attribute to someone who is a good person. I think that unless people actually do think she is a bad person, I think it is the difference between being likable, being nice, being mean, and I don't think any of those things are necessarily attributes that are good or bad. I think you can be nice and a bad person. I think you can be mean and a good person. I think that those are different things.
Yes.
And I still stand on probably not the nicest person. Not for you. But and not for me. Actually, I wouldn't say that. Yeah, not for me.
Not for you.
But I would never be like, she's a bad.
You know what I mean? Because again, when I look around at people that we think are likable and like whatever, I'm like, likability does too much blinding for my personal taste. So I'm not taking it into account for the most part for me as a human being. I'm like, I'm not going to forget. Again, we just talked about Young Miami yesterday. And, Young Miami and JT are members of the City Girls, and people always felt like Young Miami was super likable, super personable, and JT was a little bit more cold and blah, blah. I'm not going to forget Young Miami saying that if she had a son, she would try to beat it out of him. And I'm not going to forget JT saying, always upping trans girls. And like, you know what I mean? And there's a difference there. But people consistently being like, JT is so difficult, so hard to work with, so blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Miami's so likable, blah, blah, blah. We have to stop letting that blind us, you guys. Leave it. Like, for real, leave it.
Yeah, because I don't think it necessarily can get to the root of good or bad. I don't think I think you can be any of these mix of things. You can be likable and good. You can be nice and good. You can be mean and good.
You know what I mean?
Unlikable and good.
You just have to pay attention. Pay attention. That's what I'm saying. Look at the next layer of things. Stop taking that top layer as Bible and look at the next layer. Stop looking at Chappell and being like, she's a bad person because she yelled. I watched her yell at this paparazzi. Okay, and what else has she done? Left her agency, you know what I mean? Because and spoken about occupied territories. Stop being like, oh, we love Young Miami because she's so fun, and she said real bad.
Well, yeah,
you know
who else used to be fun? Diddy. So like so look at that.
There's a lot. You know what I mean? Like, look harder.
I will say, I do still think that like meanness can also be dangerous because I'm not off of the whole if Chappell were threatened, the police could be called and someone could get hurt. I'm like in a world where that person was not threatened.
But I'm saying that makes you a bad person to me. You know what I mean? Like if you as a white woman are willing to call the police on a black person, or if white women calling the police in general, I'm like, but especially on a black person, to me that makes you a bad person.
And that is where my third
depending on what that black person is doing. You know what I mean? So it really is
right. Yeah. It's up in the air. And she has not done that. So I am saying I am reserving.
She has not done that. That is right. That is people being like she might do it, and I'm like, all right, I don't know. She hasn't.
That's me. That's where my tin hat conspiracy theory is. Where I'm like, it gives that to me. But you're right. To this point, she has not, and so I cannot put that on her. Right. I'm like, I'm a white woman in Missouri. Where I'm like.
And another thing, you have way more experience with Midwestern white women than I do.
Yeah.
So from when I'm looking at Chappell, I see one thing, you might see something else. I don't know.
And to be fair, like you're right, she has not done it, and I have to be like, at the end of the day, and this is just true across the board, leave that lady alone. I think that's
because
at the end of the day.
She
has to be left alone. Leave that lady alone.
And so I think that we just should.
Just leave that lady alone. I think that's all we have for you today. Remember, you can follow us on all of our social pages at Freshly Popped. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Keep this conversation going. I'm going to be gone for a couple days, but I'm excited to see all the guests and all that. Don't forget, you can also watch Killer Dinner, which will be fun on second try.
Yeah.
And I guess that's all. I won't see you tomorrow, but Sequoia will.
I'll see you tomorrow.
That's right. And you've been popped.